This is TaskSpoon, the series where I try to complete the collection log one random task at a time. After completing all the easy tasks, I'm ready to move on to longer and harder challenges as I attempt to conquer the medium tier. Welcome to Season 2 of TaskSpoon. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 47 of the TaskSpoon series. In the last video, we got some pretty decent melee upgrades in this torso right here. I also got a leaf-bladed battle axe and an obby shield. And then I did a bunch of skilling grinds, doing some mining and some aerial fishing that took way too long and we're just not going to talk about. We ended by rolling a task to get a Granite Longsword, which I will talk about right now. So the Granite Longsword itself is not very useful at all for me. It's just worse in every way to the Dragon Scimitar, so I will never use it after getting it, but we do have to go and get it. As you can see here, it comes from the Wyverns on Fossil Island, 3 of which I have the Slayer level to kill, and the one with the worst drop rate I don't, so I wouldn't want to kill it anyway. That being the Spitting Wyvern, Taloned Wyvern, and Long-Tailed Wyvern. I have no idea what the differences are between these 3 yet, so I will have to do a little bit of research to figure out what I'm going to be killing, but either way, they're all 1 in 512 drop rate, so we're probably going to have to kill a bunch of them. I'm going to do that research right now, and then I'll let you know my plan. Okay, after looking into it, I don't really understand the difference between them. They have slightly different stats and maybe do slightly different attacks. I don't know, man. I'm just going to go down there and start killing them. I also forgot to mention that although the Granite Longsword is a 1 in 512 drop, there's also Granite Boots, which are 1 in 2500, and the good old Wyvern Visage, which is a 1 in 12,000. So if we get that, that'd be cool. Probably not going to happen, though. Either way, let's go and get started. So here I am at the Wyvern Cave. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just going to start killing these Spitting Wyverns because they are the lowest combat level and theoretically the easiest to kill. I also don't know if these anti-fire potions do anything against the Wyvern's Icy Breath. I don't think it would because it's an Icy Breath and it's an anti-fire potion, but I decided to bring them and try them out. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just happy to be here. Okay, so yeah, these anti-fire potions don't do anything, so next trip, we're not going to bother bringing those. I was also trying to see how much damage I would take without praying at all. It's quite a bit. I don't know if I'm going to bother using prayer. I really don't feel like prayer flicking. I'm recording this like an hour after the last video where my hand still hurts from all the aerial fishing, so I really don't want to have to prayer flick, and I also don't want to use prayer potions. I'm just going to try it out without any prayer, and we'll see what happens. I know everyone plays the game differently, but my way of playing the game, anytime I'm going to do something new like this, even though, you know, it's just killing wyverns, I know it's not going to be that hard. I've never done it before, and I don't really know what setup to use, so I just like to go and do it and see what works and see what doesn't. There's no sense just sitting around sort of thinking about it. The best way to learn is by doing, so I just come here with a bunch of crap in my inventory. I'll see what I like, see what I want to keep, see what I want to get rid of, and then next time sort of, you know, perfect it. And as I progress the account, I'll have different weapons, different armor, different levels, you know, different things will end up working better, and you can just sort of fine-tune your strategy as you go. So, yeah, that's just sort of how I like to play the game. I killed about 70 of those Spitting Wyverns and decided to try out these Taloned ones. Again, I don't really understand the difference between them in terms of what's going to be the easiest to kill, but these ones are closer to the entrance of the cave, so I'm going to try them. Oh, the Granite Longsword! This was the first trip since I started on these guys. Nice. We're done. Wow, that was very fast. Like I said, I had 72 Spitting Wyvern kills, and that was my 6th Talon Wyvern. Love to see it. Like I said, I don't think I'm ever going to use this weapon for anything. but you love to see it. Let's go. Let's get a new task. I actually just woke up and decided to swap the wyverns that I was killing, and I was prepared to be there quite literally all day. So getting that done that quickly is huge. And let's see what we are doing next. Granite legs! Okay! Well, from one granite item to another, and from one wyvern to another. The granite legs are dropped from the skeletal wyverns, not the fossil island wyverns, which are similar in concept. They both do the icy breath, but the skeletal wyverns, fortunately, you can actually safe spot fairly easily, which means I don't need to bank, and I don't need to use supplies other than whatever range method I'm going to be using, so that's probably what I'm going to do. Most of their drops are either alchable or stackable, so you can build up a nice inventory of stuff. They drop the Draconic Visage at a 1 in 10,000 instead of the Wyvern Visage at 1 in 12,000. And like I said, they drop the Granite Legs. They also drop the Dragon Legs and Dragon Plate Skirt, which would be arguably better for me. I don't think those are on the collection log. Actually, I'm not sure if those are on the collection log now that I think about it. Either way, the only downside to this is skeletal wyverns need level 72 Slayer, which means I need to go do some Slayer training before I can do this task because I am only level 70. So that is step 1. Step 2 is get some sort of ammunition for my crossbow because I'm almost definitely going to be using my rune crossbow, and I don't think I have any good supply of bolts. Actually, I think I have some mithril bolts I might be able to make. But those are kind of weak. I don't know. I'll need to look into the bolts. I'll need to get 72 Slayer. And then we can go and do it. So I got to get 2 more Slayer levels. I'm probably not going to show much other than if I get anything interesting or like superiors or stuff like that. I put this little Slayer XP thing on the canvas so you guys can see my progress so far. As you can see, getting about 15k XP an hour killing these aberrant specters. And I need a lot of experience, probably somewhere in the range of 140,000. So this could be like 10 hours of Slayer. Like I said, don't really know what I'll show you, but just gonna grind it out and let you know how it goes. I know this is kind of random, but a big moment for the account here. Finally building my pool in my house. Again, can't quite upgrade to the stamina pool yet. I need a few more herblore levels, but yeah, I decided to finally do that. So that is nice. And a little tip for you, if you put a plant here, when you click on the pool, it automatically makes you go to this tile instead of that tile. And then if I had a spirit tree, which I don't yet, but I will soon, you're automatically a bit closer to it. I know it's a little bit of a nerdy min-max type thing, but just figured I'd mention that. I will say I'm pretty happy I got this task instead of, say, a Gargoyle's unique task, considering I would need to get to 75 Slayer. This is a nice little progression. I'll get 2 Slayer levels now, and then 3 later when I need that task. And I'm not sure if the Rune Boots, Necreals are on the medium or hard tier. I would assume hard, because that's a bit of a step up to 80 Slayer, but yeah, the progression is nice, and this will give me a good, non-degradable leg melee armor piece upgrade, whether I just get the Granite Legs or I get a Dragon Legs or Plate Skirt as well in that time. Either way, pretty happy with it. I was curious, so I just went and checked, and there's 2 more metal boot upgrades on the medium tier, which means I will, in fact, have to go adamant and then rune at some point, but I would need to get them both in order to have to do the rune. It's not get a rune boot task, it's an upgrade your metal boots, so yeah, that wouldn't be the worst, but still, I'm happy that I get to go in the order that I got. Ah, good. A 1 in 6,000 shield left half drop from trolls. Excellent. Ooh, look at this big boy. This is gonna take me forever to kill. This actually took like 4 full minutes to kill. And we didn't really get anything. But hey, good experience. Alright, first of 2 Slayer levels coming in as soon as I kill this Spectre. 71 Slayer. 1 more to go. And as you can see here by the tracker, my XP per hour actually went up a little bit after I got a couple of tasks that I was able to cannon, like Dagonoths, and honestly I forget the other one. So yeah, getting 16k XP per hour is not too bad. I need to get 84k more experience, so I don't know, should be able to do it within the next like 5 hours-ish, and then we can go start the Wyvern grind. Ooh, another big boy. Also, shout out to this guy getting Gilded Kite Shield. That's pretty cool. Now, hear me out. What if you drop me an imbued heart? No, get that much. So I was just cleaning out some herbs from the bank, and nice. I had a task to kill 15 Fossil Island Wyverns, and I got another Granite Longsword. Somehow I managed to get 3 bird eggs in one birdhouse run. So maybe today's the day? Very sad. And then the nest gave me a dragon fruit tree seed and a yew seed. Nice. Alright, here it is. 72 Slayer. Can now kill skeletal wyverns. We've done it. About 5 hours of Slayer today. I am going to go do a couple of things like a birdhouse run and my Tears of Gothics, and I gotta make some ammo for my crossbow, and then we will get started at the wyverns. So I've never killed wyverns with anything worse than an RCB with broad bolts, which are the range strength equivalent to adamant bolts, but if you take a look at the bank here, I don't really have any option other than these mithril bolts that I currently have. So I'm going to start with these, and we'll see how it goes. If it's absolutely terrible, we will reconsider and come back with a different plan. But yeah, for now, it's going to be rune crossbow with mithril bolts. Okay, here I am at the skeletal wyverns. The easiest way that I've found to do this is, first of all, you lose aggro outside the cave. Well, you come inside the cave to load the little area, then you go back outside the cave to lose aggro, then you come back in and you can safe spot them fairly easily. The rapid range on a crossbow is 1 tile longer than the skeletal wyvern range, so the easiest way if you ever want to safe spot something, just turn on your walk and then click on it, and you'll walk into the perfect range, and then you just sit there. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I've marked the 2 that I plan on killing, which are just the 2 by the entrance here, because they're the easiest to safe spot. And yeah, this is it. I'm going to do this until I get the drop. Hopefully I get the dragon plate legs or plate skirt before I get the granite legs, because that would be useful for me. And yeah, fortunately, most of the drops of the skeletal wyverns are all noted or stackable in some way, so I can just collect them all in the inventory, and I'll let you know how it goes. So this isn't fast by any means. The kills are slow, but I don't think that upgrading my bolts slightly would really increase the speed of these kills. These guys just have high defense and have lots of health, and the crossbows are not the highest DPS at this level, so I think I'm just going to have to accept that if I want to safe spot them, it's going to be a bit slow. Which I do want to safe spot them because I need to do some editing, so I don't mind that the kills are slow. I am 100% safe. I can click on it once, make sure I'm in the safe spot, and completely look away from the screen, and then just look back when my rune light tells me I am now not attacking anything. So this should be fine. Like I said, it'll take a while, it'll be slow, but that's okay. This is going to be kill number 69, nice, and I'm a little bit concerned that I am going to run out of ammo well before I even hit the drop rate. I don't really know what I'm going to do at that point. The mithril bolts, like I said before, are okay at best. The kills are pretty slow. I can put this on the screen here. As you can see, getting 23k range XP per hour is not great. Almost 91 range, though. That's kind of cool. I do need to make a plan for what happens when I run out of mithril bolts, though, because it is going to happen, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Of course, I could just get lucky and get the drop, and then we won't have to worry about it. Of course, this is one of the few places that I really don't mind going a bit dry. It's super easy, nice and AFK. I just click on them and go in the safe spot, and I can do something else, like editing or watching something. and the drops are really good. If you look at the inventory, pretty much everything they drop is stackable and very useful. The only thing that isn't really is the prayer potions. Eventually I'll run out of room, but I just use Eagle Eye for a bit and then drink them, and then I get some faster kills, so even those are useful. Wow, I've gotten a whole prayer level from burying wyvern bones and scattering ashes and bones and whatnot from my Slayer grind. Neat. Oh, Dragon Spear. Interesting. Bye-bye. The Dragon Spear is a 1 in 1784 when you're wearing a Ring of Wealth from Skeletal Wyverns, so over 3 times as rare as any of the drops that I want. So that's kind of sad, but free money. Yo, Dragon Plate Legs. Nice. That was what I said before that I wanted. Perfect. Very happy that is on kill number 204. Love to see it. My inventory is getting very full. Alright, Granite Plate Legs next. Let's go. So here's the situation. I am out of Mithril Bolts. Well, I got 4 left, but I'm just going to leave them there. And I've done a little bit of research and realized that Rune Bolts are actually not super useful for me. The only reason you'd really use Rune Bolts is for high alching Onyx Bolts, using Onyx Bolt tips on them, enchanting them, and then high alching them. And I can't do that yet anyway, so I'm just going to use the Rune Bolts that I got. I got 335 of them so far. Now, the Addy Bolts are actually very useful for Ruby Bolts and Diamond Bolts E. For a lot of bosses, that's what you end up using, so I'm going to save those. But figured might as well use these Rune Bolts while I have them. That way I don't have to go and bank and reset my aggro timer. I can just keep going for now. And if we don't get it with these Rune Bolts, then we'll go and figure out a new plan. Okay, this is it. I am out of Rune Bolts. Well, I have 7 left, but that is not enough to kill one. So I'm going to go to the bank and figure out a plan for some more ammunition. As you can see here by the experience gained today, about 9 hours of wyvern killing. I'm just now realizing that's kind of sad, but yeah, I'm gonna figure out my ammo situation and then go to bed, and we'll come back here tomorrow. So I decided to just bite the bullet and spend a bunch of money on unfinished broad bolts from Slayer Master. I bought 4,000 of them, cost me about 200k. Not too bad, to be honest. I thought it was going to be more than that. And this should give me plenty of kills to get at least 2 the drop rate. And then I should get some more Runite bolts from those, and I can use those as well. So we're going to start with this, and if we need more, we can come back and get it later. Oh, Dragon Plate Skirt. Alright, well I got 1 of each now. I don't know if that's useful. There might be a clue step or something that you need specifically the skirt. But I would have rathered the Granite Legs. Game, please. There is in fact a master clue step that you need specifically the Dragon Plate Skirt, as well as a Dragon Chain Body. It'll be, a long way down the line before I ever get to that, but I guess it's nice to have. Yeah, just the Granite Legs to go. Oh! Nice! That was like 10 minutes after the skirt. You'll love to see it. Let me check over here. 494 kill count, so almost dead on. Nice. I'll put up a screenshot of the loot tracker, but that does include the wyvern bones, which I was burying all of, so the value is not going to be entirely accurate, but I'll just throw everything that I got in the inventory in this price checker here, and you can see 4.1 mil, also got D-legs and a couple other things, and the rune bolts aren't on there, but yeah, pretty good. Lots of very useful supplies, so good grind. Glad I didn't go super dry on it. Like I said, pretty much directly on the drop rate. I got D-legs, D-skirt, and Granite Legs, so I can't complain. That was pretty much perfect. Let's go get a new task for next video. Overall, including the time it took me to level my Slayer high enough to actually hit the Wyverns, that task took me like 4 days, 2 days of Slayer, and then 2 days of actually killing the Wyverns, so very happy to be done that one. And yeah, let's see what we're going to do next video. Oh yeah. Oh, this couldn't get any better. I've been saying this for like 3 videos now, but that was the last task that I really wanted to get. I can finally finish my full melee setup. Very happy to see that. And the last thing we're going to do in this video, because I forgot to do it earlier, is open all the brimstone keys that I got from my Slayer grind. So I'm just going to start clicking on this chest. Honestly, nothing that I just got is really that useful. I mean, the coal and iron is alright, always take free money. Farming XP bank, not too bad. The dragon darts and arrow tips are going to be great in the future, but for now they're essentially useless. But that's not too bad. I mean, this setup is just absolutely peak Iron Man. The only thing that can make it better is the fire cape itself, and we'll be getting that next episode, so very happy to see that. I'm also a granite warrior. Okay, we're going to pretend that never happened. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did making it. And if you did, be sure to hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed, as both those things really help me out. And as always, I want to give a big shout out to all of my channel members, especially Ray Benavides, Jack Staumer, and Alchemist BTW for the Tier 3 Big Spoon channel memberships. But any channel memberships really helps me out, and the lowest tier is only $2 a month, so you should consider it. But with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.